Wow. It is. We're here. We're back. It's July. This is gonna be a good show today, or are we just gonna do a
This is
bad?
the show. That's it. We'll see you in August.
Should we do a good show or a bad show, guys? Let us know in the
Oh, baby. We here.
we're still.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. How we all doing?
We're so good.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to tell you, Brandon. So, not that I understand the life. I would never claim to. But I went to my first child of my friend's party. So literally, I went to a 1-year-old's birthday party yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Long Island, went to that. And I saw my other friend who also has a 1-year-old. They literally had a baby with like a month of one another. So yeah. It was hot. Like it was like 90 something degrees and like 96% humidity. That wasn't fun. But it literally is just a whole bunch of adults drinking and just being like, all right, they could watch my kid for a few hours. And it was glorious.
How many kids were there?
It's because
Was
it
there
was
a
all
good
like
amount of kids?
It was all like fit. What'd you say?
So was there a good amount of kids, or were they all like babies?
There, yeah. There was a lot.
Okay.
There was a lot of adults, but it was like it's like extended family and like cousins and all that stuff too. So
yeah,
not too bad. I worked.
That's a totally different experience.
Yeah,
and
my first one.
Yeah, a kid's birthday. We've done a few nephews and nieces and all that stuff.
Bro, I pulled up to their house and there was a line of cars, literally just like down the block. And I was like, he's 1 year old. Like, how many friends does he have? Like, come on. Man.
The 1-year-old birthday is usually the big one. Like the parents are just so happy they kept their child alive for a year. It's like we got to celebrate.
Fair.
And we go over the top for that first birthday that the kid will never, ever remember or recall or whatever.
Listen, it was Star Wars themed.
Yeah. What happens at these parties for me is
everything's okay, Nelson.
All the all the parents, they're like, oh, it's a party. The kids will all play. We can relax a little bit. And that's true because usually one asshole gets stuck watching and playing with all the kids. And I find the parties I go into think it's going to be fun. And then I'm like 3 hours in, I'm like, am I the only person like really keeping an eye on everybody?
Yeah, that's a job you volunteer.
Am I the fun uncle, but also the responsible one?
Yeah. See, if you didn't have kids, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. That's fine. That's fine. But no, my other buddy, because we went down to the beach and like I haven't seen him since 30 and 30. I met him when literally like he was a baby. And so now he's like 1 and walking around and everything. And so he just runs away from you. And it was so amazing because first of all, 1-year-olds are savages. Like they will break your heart because
you gotta watch out for them.
Like, oh, fist bump. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do a fist bump, and he goes like this, and he does it to everybody. Like my buddy, literally, I was talking to him. He's like, yeah, I haven't felt love for my son yet because he always does this, and he's like, never mind. He does the head shake, and I was like, we're trying to teach him yes, but all he does is no.
My niece is like 2.5. And her thing is telling me I love the Chiefs. Yeah. You think she's getting any Christmas or birthday presents? Not till that shit changes. Not until that changes. Somebody thought it'd be funny to tell her that I love the Chiefs. And that's like the thing that stuck with her. So, yeah, they will punch you. They will punch your ass.
They're little monsters.
Yeah.
They are.
My nephew's getting into sports right now. So he loves the Broncos. He loves the Nuggets. And that's cool. Mm-hmm. Seeing him like get into it. But yeah.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me adjust
kids' birthday parties. That's a whole different world. And only parents can appreciate the hell that they are.
Oh, it is really low.
But that said, I had a really fun weekend with my daughter.
Hey, there you go. That should be better, right? Much better now? Much better sounding?
There we go. Good. Yeah.
We should be good. We should be good. Anyway.
This is right on cue, too.
Oh.
So on topic. It's like sometimes we go into the show, we pop in like 2 minutes before we're supposed to start.
True.
Tom's mic, I can't hear it, so we literally say nothing to each other. And then we just go live with no plan, except for we're going to talk about the AFC North. I put one thing that I wanted to bring up today, not knowing Tom was going to come in hot talking about kids' birthdays. Now I just got to find it.
Now we can just drag this out. We can.
Yep.
All right. Oh, okay. So my buddy was like, all right. I was like, what kind of gift, right? Am I getting a gift more for like that? Because they're one. They're not going to remember it, right?
Yeah.
What kind of gift? And he's like, all right, I want like a unique gift. Like he likes Listerine bottles. Like just empty Listerine bottles. I just bops them. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get him a Listerine bottle. So here's what I did. All right. So as a dad, please rate the gift. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a fox, right? There's the face of a fox. And it's a wagon that you can push around when you're like one. Then it converts into like a little rideable bike thing. It's all plastic and stuff. It's very well made. And then the third thing, it turns into a scooter when their balance is there. So literally as they get older and their balance gets better.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good gift.
That's solid gift. Solid gift.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think I gave my friend who had like the first kid in our friend group for their 1-year-old at his birthday. I gave him That's Good Sports kid shirt and season 1 of MacGyver. So I wasn't as thoughtful as you. I was like, it's a 1. What am I gonna give it? I was like, oh, I could make a That's Good Sports like onesie. They have those or whatever as a shirt. And then I was at like Target or Walmart. And I was like, oh fuck, I get MacGyver season 1. There you go. Maybe Dad will watch that. It's like kid ain't gonna remember what I gave him on the first birthday. Maybe Dad will sit down and watch MacGyver. I don't know if they ever did.
I really hope you would ask that.
But now, as a dad, I probably would have, put a little more thought into it.
It'd be season 1 and 2 of MacGyver.
Exactly. So, the whole box set.
Let's go. All right.
Here we go, Tom.
All right, well, what is this now? Oh, boy. You
Trevor
put it
Lawrence.
in the rundown, and I didn't know what it was, and I was like, Perna will explain it to me. It's fine.
Yes. So Trevor's joining the club. He's gonna be a girl dad.
First of all, way to spoil it.
But also decided to try and set the record for most pollution created at a gender reveal.
Can I ask a question?
Welcome to the world, young child. We just made it slightly worse for you. Is it a boy or is it a girl? That's a girl.
So, hold on. Now I have so many questions. Okay. First of all, can you back up to the beginning of that video? Okay. What is with those balloons? They look like they are like a cluster of growths that you would have. Be like, oh yeah, that's under my uncle's armpit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's like...
They look like genital warts, Tom.
It looks a little warty. It looks a little warty. I'm not.
It looks like genital warts.
There's just some decisions there. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Balloon arrangements. You learn a lot about those.
Yeah.
Through kids' birthdays.
Oh, apparently.
But he's gonna be a girl
So
dad,
awful.
old Trevor.
Yeah, man. That when I logged on yesterday, I did not expect to see that. It was just, dude, so horrible. Yeah, Kyrie Jackson and 2 others killed by a drunk driver. And the drunk driver lived, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I feel like they almost always do.
Yeah, the other driver of the other car. It's just so awful, man. It was 24 years old. Rookie, like, just horrendous. Do not drink and drive. It is stupid. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But it's just such a waste. It's such a waste of life, and it's horrible. There's nothing good to come out of it. There's none.
Yeah, it's really sad and it's unfortunate. And you hear those things too, and it's just like the position you and I are in. It's like, how do you even want to like talk about those scenarios other than like giving your condolences? Like
that, but that's it, right? Like, dude, like I saw that yesterday and I retweeted it because I was like, I'm not gonna say anything that like it's awful. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna say that's nothing's gonna make this better? Like, it's awful, no. It's senseless, and yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just, it's not fun. I mean, it's just again, Perna and I have talked about that before because usually, like, when we were talking about it, it'd be like a player did something that they weren't supposed to or something like that. And it was like, come on, like, you gotta be smarter than this. And this is just the other side of it, which has nothing to do with the player. And now they lost their lives because of a really stupid decision.
At 24. It's just sad.
So
and there's so many options out there for people to not do this. That's what like infuriates you. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's an Uber. Like, it's literally an Uber. So, yeah, absolutely.
But back to Trevor Lawrence becoming a father. My only comment is 1 year from now, Trevor Lawrence will be a better man than he is today. He'll be a better man because of that daughter he brings into this world.
Better football player too?
If he stopped fucking fumbling, maybe.
That's fair.
No, I think Trevor's going to have a solid year.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that when we do the AFC South, but
I'm excited for that episode.
I think Trevor's like he's the quarterback who is nobody has a correct opinion on. It's either his receivers drop all of his passes and he's completely held back by the talent around him, that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league because of that, or he's terrible. He's just not that good. He'll never live up to the hype and the prospect he was. It's probably somewhere in the middle there, but this is going to be a fun season for the hardcore football fans to watch, like Trevor Lawrence.
Dude, I mean, like there's so many of those, right? I mean, like obviously different situation, right? The second until he gets a new contract, but like Tua's in that boat too, of just like, okay, let's see what he's going to do. Like there's some exciting stuff. Like I can't wait for this season, dude. I can wait for football. Like give me another month and a half and I'll be ready. Yeah. I'll be ready to go. Yeah. But I need that month and a half. But dude, like what happens?
Yeah.
Woo. Woo.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, and Tua. All of their seasons are like, and Trevor got paid, so he's fine. Mm-hmm. Tua's about to get paid. Dan got paid like a couple years ago, but I think those are like 3 quarterbacks everybody has very kind of conflicting opinions on.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is gonna be interesting. That'll be interesting, dude. I know Cena gonna retire. I know.
Yeah, I did it. Look at that reference.
I know you got. Look at that. Makes sense.
Look.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's well, so apparently he's not retiring at Mania though. Like it's gonna be his last Mania, but that's not where he's retiring because I think they're gonna have some dream matches and stuff. So they'll market it.
Wasn't he like already kind of retired? Like
so he's been
it's not like
very,
he's wrestling
very,
all the time.
very, 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 very part time. but
Yeah.
like they kind of want to have like a last like Cena retirement tour. So like they booked him for like Rumble, they got him for Elimination Chamber. Oh yeah, they'll make a ton of money.
They
Yeah,
got make
Mania,
a little cheddar.
already
That's what
building
they
it
need.
up. Yeah, he's gonna do a bunch of dates in 2025. So yeah, that'll be he deserves a run though. I mean, listen, I was there for Super Cena. I was there for like when it was like it was rough. But I always have respected, like, done the Make-A-Wish stuff. Seems like a good dude, and at times literally held up the company. So
I think as an actor, he's got good comedic chops.
he's hysterical. Like he's actually
very
really,
good.
really funny.
Yeah.
Hey, him and Batista, two of the best actors, like wrestler turned actor. True story. Batista's really good too.
And of course, you got to put Timothy Chalamet in that category as well.
And why is that, Brandon?
Great wrestler turned actor.
To what organization did Timothy Chalamet wrestle for?
WWE. The Beanpole is what they called him.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was. I'm just surprised he's actually a better actor than a wrestler. Old Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. Batista is a good actor. You go see him in a few things. Yeah. Good in Blade Runner 2049.
What wrestlers turn into directors? You don't see that often.
I think Edge may have directed a TV show or two, like an episode. Maybe The Miz did too. Like the Miz like had like the Marine, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like direct to DVD stuff back in the day. Yeah. But no,
Michael Cera, also a great wrestler turned actor.
What are you watching?
That's how he got what was that?
Did you say Superman?
No, I was I almost said it. The one where he's like the superhero-ish type.
Michael Cera?
No.
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim. There we go.
I got you.
That's how he got Scott. Anyway, we will move on to talking about football now.
Okay. Let's talk AFC North, baby.
AFC North. AFC North.
Let's do it.
It was good timing to do this.
Kick-Ass, great movie too. Kick-Ass.
Yeah, that movie was cool.
I actually never saw the second one. I saw the first one, and I liked the first one a lot.
Oh, this actually surprised me too. I wanted to talk about this. Oh yeah,
Dave Tepper.
Yeah, you poor ass, broke ass, billionaire ass.
Look at that.
So, I do like.
Oh boy, that's why you want to
point out
this.
The Broncos are the richest team.
Broncos
we got to be number one.
Number one.
We're so rich. We're so rich. Suck it, pores. That's what we say to Mike Brown, Art Rooney, McCaskey, Wilf, Ziggy Wilf, 1.3 billion.
Like, that's an
I spend that on toilet paper every year, Ziggy.
It's actually, first of all, love the not available. Go, Pat, go. 1. 2, it is insane that even from the Hunt family to the Waltons, over double.
3x it. You like, 3x it.
That's nuts, dude. Yeah, it's 3x. Yeah. That's freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah. No, but David Tepper was the second richest owner. He was the richest until Walton came in, right? So I don't know when the Hunt family jumped David Tepper. When did that happen? What do they own? Ketchup? Is it Hunt's ketchup?
Well, so here's the thing. This is not just like liquid. This is like net worth. So I'm assuming it's because the organization has also gone up in value. Maybe that's how they're measuring it as well.
Maybe.
Because like they just won back-to-back Super Bowls. That would be an assumption. But
Hunt Oil, Hunt Petroleum, Hunt Energy.
Okay. Well, we got
now I know.
Bottom of that mystery.
If they've been making money in correlation with my personal rising energy bills, then they're doing really well. So I have solar and I'm still paying out the ass. So good job, Hunt family. I do respect the Hunts for investing none of that money back into their team facilities.
They don't need locker rooms.
Back into making the experience for fans better. Just knowing Chiefs fans and their game day experience will be not as good as it could be because their owners are cheap. I do respect that. So good job, Hunts.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, the Broncos have a great game day experience. We'll replace the field for one game, and our team will just lose. So not this year though. Bo Nix is gonna save us.
That's it, Bengals fans. It's like, listen, you know what? Let's get Mike Brown to $1 billion. Let's get him to $1 billion.
The other riser here is old Mark Davis. He was way down there.
I was just about to say that, right? At one point, like their ownership was like right? They didn't have like any money.
Yeah, it was him and Mike Brown. Mike and Mark, they almost started a podcast together called the Almost Billionaires. But the move to Vegas for Mark Davis, like that helped.
Yeah.
And that was even like the first year being 2020 when they couldn't even put people in their stadium. So that was a smart move.
For financially, yeah, they're making hand over fist.
Not for anybody who was actually Oakland Raiders fans. No. City just being ripped of all its sports teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
again,
anyway.
That not available though. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty. But I thought that was interesting.
So what are you gonna like? What are the Broncos gonna do now that they have all that money? Lose?
Look at this. I'm gonna pay to have this painted above Jess and I's bed on my ceiling so I can look at it at night.
Which one, or both, or
it'll be both.
Okay,
it'll be both.
Okay.
You know,
okay,
a little something for everybody. But we're talking about the North today. This picture was just posted yesterday, so I was like, I know what I'm putting in the thumbnail. And do you think Russell Wilson will be the best boxer in the NFL this season, Tom?
Safe driving, bro. No. No.
You don't think he's gonna be the best boxer?
Well, then again, no.
Who's gonna be a better boxer in the NFL this season?
Myles Garrett.
Is he good at boxing? He trains boxing.
You put helmets in his hand and you just let him go to work. You let him go to work.
Yeah. You know what's kind of like crushing
in this division too?
Yeah. I tweeted this photo, and there are people body shaming Russell Wilson, and I'm like, I will never be complimented for my body if they think this is Russell Wilson looks. They're like, his legs are tiny. He's a little flabby. I'm like, he looks fucking perfect. What are you talking about?
My man's got like a 4-pack. And people are just like, I don't know about that. Yeah.
I don't know. He looks a little out of shape. Like, look at his lats. Jesus. Like, you can criticize Russ for a lot of things, but I think he looks pretty good, guys.
Yeah, it ain't that one. It ain't that one.
No.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Carl, but then I was like, but neither are good. If we're talking about just quarterbacking, it's like, yeah, this is what the Steelers are doing. This is probably going to be the best that either quarterback is going to look this year. And I'm not talking about physically.
No.
Yeah.
They're going to take a lot of sacks, even though they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
How many games do we think Russ is going to actually start?
Bro, I think he's going to start almost all of them because I don't think there's any shot that the Steelers are going to give anything else for Justin Fields because they have to, if Justin Fields starts, right, like a certain percentage, they have to give him a higher draft pick. So
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. But we can talk about the AFC North because we can talk about the Steelers because I think the Steelers, want to pull that bad boy up? Because I think the Steelers are finishing last.
Whoa.
In the division? I mean,
when's
that
the last time they finished last in that division?
Let's just pull up. There's one reason why. There's one, and I know we can't do strength of schedule.
Is it Zach Frazier? You're so anti Zach Frazier. It makes me sick.
It should. All right, real quick, I'm just going to take over this for a hot second. This is why I think they're finishing last. So you got this schedule, blah, 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 blah. Okay. After week 10, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals. They gonna die. Like, that's not good. That is a gauntlet. That's gonna be rough, dude. Because even
Eagles, maybe. Browns, we'll see.
But it's that's what I'm saying. Ravens, it's divisional games. Like, it's just back to back to back to back. Oh, now we get a break to play the Eagles. Back at the Ravens. Oh, now it's defending Super Bowl champs. Back again. That's a rough end of the schedule. That's right. Perna's got that definition.
Hell yeah. Eat moderately healthy. That's my approach.
That's it.
So, exercise, eat moderately healthy.
Here's
Never
the thing.
Be in great shape.
Their offensive line should be improved this year, right? So hopefully be better running the ball. Defense, still think is going to be good. But the quarterback is the biggest question mark, and it's not trending in a positive direction. Right? So they can hand the ball off a gajillion times, and I'm sure they'll be all right. Like Najee Harris, I love Warren. Warren is so explosive, too. I'm excited to see him get more touches this year. But, yeah, man, I think they're just in a really rough division. I think they're going through a gauntlet after week 11. And it's going to be tough. They're going to have to figure it out. That's true. That's true, Xavier. That's very, very true.
Yeah, I can't see the Steelers finishing last. I think their defense is still good. They've been trying to figure out their secondary, right, over the last couple of years. They keep tweaking it. Who knows? But you got TJ Watt up front. He's just the best defender every year, or top 3 every year. Opposite Alex Highsmith, underrated as well. So like it's like the Steelers' identity is still so much to their defense. Like I think their defense is going to be good again. I think Russell Wilson he's a solid upgrade over Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
And the one thing the Broncos didn't do well last year was run the ball effectively. They ran the ball enough, but just not effectively enough. And that was Javonte coming back from his injury. It just wasn't as good as it needed to be. And it's interesting because that's kind of been like the Steelers run game, right? The whole fucking meme with Najee Harris is like, he's going to get you 3 yards every time and nothing more. That kind of changed last year through the course of the season. Second half of the year, it felt like the Steelers run game got quite a bit better. And I think as long as that run game is like, they can have like top 12, then Russ can still do enough to win them games. And he's got a perfect Russell Wilson receiver in George Pickens. Like, I don't know if the chemistry will be there the same way it was with Cortland Sutton and Russell Wilson. But Pickens is a guy you just need to throw the fucking ball up to, and Russ will throw it up to you. And a lot of the football nerds love Roman Wilson as the addition in the receiving game there. So I'm curious to see how he meshes. What I do know is your third receiver, irrelevant. Russ has 1 read, 2 reads max. Then he's running or taking a sack. Pat Freiermuth, maybe he'll get some targets this year if Russ is playing QB. I don't know. I think there's upside with Justin Fields for them too. So it's all about Russ's grasp of the playbook and how he executes that on the field. And I don't know if Arthur Smith will have to deal with Russ's limitations. Like I don't know if he'll be asked to like you have to keep going with Russ. When we have another option there. The weird thing is Russ and Justin, they have the same weaknesses and strengths. So like, except I think Fields is a lot more explosive running the football.
Hopefully not.
And I think that would be a mid-season change of pace if the Steelers need to get something going.
I think it's, again, I don't think they're like an awful football team. I just think the division they're in is just better than them. And again, like as
Yeah,
we brought up
it's
before, they have
sure.
they had a great divisional record last year, and that might wind up saving them because they just know how to play their division, right? Sure, they're ugly games usually. They're low scoring games. They're not pretty, but a win's a win. I think it's just there are a lot of things you're trying to figure out. Arthur Smith, don't know if that's going to work out. QB situation, you don't know if either of those are going to work out, right? So I think just with the question marks, and because they're in the midst of this, let's figure out what our team has, I think it might be a little bit of a rougher year.
I dare you to say the punter's name.
Is it
without?
Is it pronounced like Dean Koontz? Maybe.
Maybe. It just made me think of the time your video got demonetized when you said punt.
Yeah, when I said it was a blocked punt. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, there he kicked it again. There he goes.
Oh boy.
Yo, get that U block origin. Hey, all right. So
somebody
you don't
said don't sleep on Calvin Austin.
What about Calvin Austin?
What'd you say? Get the ad blocker? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, get U block origin.
Yeah. I have ad blocking. The problem is like there's so many websites that you have to allow it for you to see the like. I have to turn it off on certain sites or I can't use the stupid site. Anyway, somebody said don't sleep on Calvin Austin this season. I am sleeping on him. I am sleeping on any receiver who is not 1 or 2 in a Russell Wilson offense, guys. Trust me. He is not getting to receiver number 3. If he is, it's because the ball was deflected to that man. It was a tipped pass.
Can you tell that Perna's okay with Russell Wilson no longer being on his team?
I would have done another year with Russ. I know
you would have. Wouldn't have enjoyed it.
No.
Would have had it though. You don't think they're finishing last though?
I think it's between them and the Browns.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, it's hard because I think they improved at their most important position.
True. Enjoy.
Quarterback. So we'll see. How much do they improve? We don't know.
All right.
Oh.
So you think the Cleveland Browns
Let's go to the Browns. Let's just go to the Browns next.
All right. Got Jerry Jeudy.
I'm rooting for Jerry. I hope he has a nice season. Don't trust this guy. Don't trust this guy.
I just want Nick Chubb back. That's I just want to see him playing again. I just want the league is so much better when he's in it.
Yeah, it's just so hard. It's so hard. He really fucked up his knee. Medical, but that was the medical diagnosis. The doctor said, "Dad fucked up, dude. Chad is fucked up. We'll fix it for you, but it's not good." And we watched. It was Javonte Williams and Breece Hall both came back from knee injuries last year, and Breece looked good right away. He had big runs immediately. I don't know if he got enough carries through the course of the season, but it's just such a question mark on when will Chubb be back to Chubb. Like he can be a good running back next year, but I don't feel like he's going to be who we think of Nick Chubb as until at least the second half of the season. The good news for his recovery is his knee injury happened early in the year. So, it's not like he's tore it in January. He's trying to get back for the start of the season. But he's got to be a big part of that offense. And I think I saw a stat with Deshaun Watson. It's one of the worst passers in the red zone in terms of catchable balls last year. I don't remember where I saw it, somewhere on Twitter. But a lot hinges on him. And if he goes down, you got Jameis Winston coming in. So
I just think that again, so I just triple checked. So apparently he's running on land, Nick Chubb, because I think they were doing like water. They literally said that. So he's like doing like water stuff.
They almost had a water year, the NFL.
They almost
and
did.
Chubb was preparing for that. So.
He would have crushed. He's like, just in case, guys, just in case.
Yeah.
But there's no timeline for a return from him still, because like he wrecked that thing.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were able, with all the injuries they had, to make the postseason with Joe Flacco, who, besides some good games, like also made, like you were living and dying by Joe Flacco as well, because he was just like, here's an interception as well, right? And then it just all fell apart for them against the Texans. I think that they are in a similar run like with the Jets. Like they're a similar, like their defense, I think, is going to be outstanding. I think their defense will be really, really good. If Nick Chubb can come back and that ground game is really, really good, like their offense should be fine. And if like Watson just has to do the bare minimum and not turn the ball over. And you want more because obviously you paid a gajillion picks and also dollars for him. But if he could just be a middle of the road quarterback, this team, I think, has enough supporting staff that they'd be all right.
Yeah. I thought Watson was going to have a good season last year. And there are Browns fans who will argue that like he was playing well before he got hurt. And he had like a good game or two. But what I watched of Deshaun Watson didn't make me feel like he is ever going to be the same quarterback that we saw in Houston.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I think it's about kind of limiting your expectations of who Watson can be as a quarterback. And then watching him like adapt to a style of play that is just doing enough to win games. And you're right. Cleveland has the defense to do it. They've got some nice weapons on offense, but like, I don't know. I trust him about as much as I trust like Russell Wilson right now as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And no offense to Devin Bush, but I kind of want to see Justin Fields throw an interception to Tony Fields at least once this year.
Fields to Fields.
Yeah. Bush on the bench. Fields picks Fields.
There you go. It's true.
Sebastian Janikowski kicked a 63-yarder against Denver. Don't care. I watched Jason Elam do the same thing. And Matt Prater. For Denver. Why are you trying to hurt me? Huh?
Anyway, so Jerome Ford's good too. They need Nick Chubb back. They get Nick Chubb back and they could stay healthy and Watson is just solid. They'll be a good football team. They'll be contending. It's just, again, you don't know about the QB play. Like, we'll see. Judy, I think, could be a decent...
Could be a difference maker for him.
Could be.
But we thought Elijah Moore was going to be the difference maker from last year, you know?
Yeah.
I think if Deshaun Watson learned one thing by sitting and watching Joe Flacco last year, it is just throw the ball to David Njoku. Just throw him the fucking ball. Because Joe Flacco came in and was like, this dude is open. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like anybody who plays like fantasy has been waiting for David Njoku to like have a breakout year. And it's like the talent's been there.
Oh, sure.
Just consistency at quarterback is not. And then Flacco comes in and Njoku is like unguardable, just insane. If Watson just hones in on him, gets him the ball more, it'll be an easy way for Watson to succeed as a quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
Although Amari Cooper is also underrated to me.
I love Amari Cooper. He's great. And the fact that they got him for a 5th rounder is even funnier.
Yeah. All right.
There you go, Cowboys. There you go. Kitty goes meow.
Joe Burrow is just on Pardon My Take.
Yep.
Talking about how when you get injured, people kind of forget about you, forget that you're good. And he's right. Injured all last season, basically. And so I feel like Burrow's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to have a very good season.
Got a Marius Mims in the draft, literally like the tallest human being.
Yeah.
Just He'll protect Joe Burrow. He'll protect him. There's question marks here, right? I really like the way that the Bengals are built. It's just, I feel like we never get to see it play out for an extended period of time. They have been a slow starting team, like right out of the gate, then like Joe Burrow gets hurt or something like that. And there's times where they're clicking and you're like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, this is the team. Like, this is a scary team. This is a good team. I don't know what their defense is going to be like. I know they lost guys like DJ Reader and stuff. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. But I still think they're going to be a very solid to very good team. It's just going to depend on Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Everything goes through Burrow. T. Higgins is basically playing to get paid by another team. I think Joe Burrow, chip on his shoulder. T. Higgins proving that the Bengals should have paid him, should have already given him a contract. He's going to have a big year. I think Higgins, lots of yards and catches and touchdowns. Zach Moss coming in to replace Joe Mixon is interesting. I think that's actually an upgrade over Joe Mixon.
I don't know if it's an upgrade. I think it's just
it's an upgrade.
Okay. Why?
Nope, it's an upgrade. It's a little bit of an upgrade over Joe Mixon. No offense to Joe Mixon, but he was okay last year. I like it. I thought Zach Moss played very well in Indy last season. Here's the thing. Here's the question I have about Joe Burrow too. It's kind of in that Russell Wilson department is we keep saying the Bengals line's bad. They need to fix the line, and they invested in the line. They brought in new pieces, and he's still taking a lot of sacks. Trent Brown, kind of injury prone. Mims, injury prone a little bit, right? Or wasn't fully healthy. So I'm curious to see if the line is solid, if Joe Burrow can reduce some of the sacks he takes, and if we're going to stop like blaming everything on the line. I think Mike Gesicki, that's a solid tight end to have for Joe Burrow. There's a lot of weapons. They lose Tyler Boyd, but we saw Trenton Irwin make some plays last year for Cincinnati.
Adam Cole, baby. He looks like Adam Cole. He does.
Yeah. Boyd went over to the Titans where they've got like all these 30-year-old receivers. But it's, if Burrow's good, if Burrow plays like he did since he, made it to the Super Bowl and when he's healthy, like, yeah, they're going to be a problem for every other team in that division.
It's just, again, the defense I don't think is going to be as amazing. Run game, we'll see. Again, you have Joe Burrow, and he's so good. Like I really like Joe Burrow. I think just as a player, he's phenomenal. And when he's healthy, dude, he's one of the best.
Cool. Ew.
So
Jermaine Pratt, underrated linebacker too.
I hope we just see him.
I don't think he gets enough credit.
Oh, Jermaine Pratt, yeah. All right, so we'll.
And I know everybody loves Logan Wilson too. Everybody loves Logan Wilson within the AFC North.
Mm-hmm. Of course, everyone's.
They call him the most clean playing guy.
And then finally,
especially Ravens fans love Logan Wilson.
Oh yeah, Baltimore Ravens. This is my team. I think they're the favored team to win it. Getting Derrick Henry. They lost Patrick Queen. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, though. I think they're going to be just fine.
Lost a queen, but they got a king, Tom.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Replace a queen with a king.
It's not Roquan Smith, so I think that they'll be all right. Roquan Smith is like, I like it here. Lamar coming off it. Mark Andrews being back like from the beginning of the season. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Like I think that will help a lot. They were the best team in the AFC until they met the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yeah, like, dude, I'm curious to see how they're going to utilize Henry. Basically, all the other running backs are gone except Justice Hill. Keaton Mitchell, another guy like I want to see more of before he got hurt last year.
Did he
So this
tear his
offense
ACL?
is like really exciting. Like I'm excited to watch them. I'm excited to see how they're going to utilize Henry. And maybe now like they will have enough to get over the hump. So
Yeah, I don't think they will.
So you don't think so?
No. It has to be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has to be the guy that gets him over the hill. In a game like the AFC Championship game, when you're playing the Chiefs,
yeah,
the way you win that game is they can't stop Derrick Henry. And I think Derrick Henry can be that guy. It just, and I love Lamar Jackson, even though I've gone on a crusade of hating him because he lost to the Chiefs. I love Lamar Jackson. The Ravens just feel like they're cursed to be really, really good every year, but just not quite good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if I can bank on them being over that hump, whatever that hump is. And maybe because Derrick Henry is getting older, I don't know. They just feel like a cursed team to me once it comes to the postseason.
I feel that.
There's like so much to like about the Ravens, but I don't know. Derrick Henry, and we saw a lot out of Zay Flowers as a rookie. I thought Zay Flowers was really good. I think he can be even better this season. To me, with Derrick Henry there, it's everybody's going to hate me saying this, but it's almost like you want Greg Roman with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Like you want a guy who just wants to run it all the time. With those two together, if you had prime Henry,
they should have just ran it last year. They would have been fine. AFC, they were running the ball last year, and the AFC game. But like, what if we didn't? What if we didn't?
Yeah. So it's just like they're just a little cursed. That's like their weakness is a curse, and I can't put my fucking finger on it. Like what's holding them back every year?
It's the Bills.
It's a curse. But even like Mark Andrews getting hurt late in the season when he did, like he came back, but he wasn't the same. Yeah.
So do you have them winning the division? All right, so let's rank these bad boys.
Fudge. You know what? I'm going to get wild. I'm going to say Bengals win the division. Let's go all in, Joe Burrow. Let's go all in, Joey. Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. That's how I have it.
Okay.
And this is probably the toughest. Like you're talking about one or two game difference, maybe between. There might be a 2-game difference between first place and last place in this division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got because it's just on paper right this second. And we're in July. I got Ravens. My original was
the way I see it. Let me try and convince you of the Bengals, Tom. Okay?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, MVP last year, right?
Yep.
Lamar Jackson played like an MVP all season long. The Bengals, they didn't have Joe. They didn't have him at all. And they were competitive for a good stretch. They were winning games with Jake Browning. I just don't see Lamar Jackson playing better than he did last season. I think you can argue like he's not going to have as good of a season. That's why I would put the Bengals ahead of Baltimore. They're getting a shot of steroids with a healthy Joe Burrow returning.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with them second. I got Ravens. I got Bengals. I think Cleveland, again, it's going to depend on how well Watson plays, but I think their defense is going to win them some games. So I think that they're right there at 2 or 3, and then I have the Steelers last. That gauntlet, too many questions at quarterback. Yeah, I think it's just that it might be a rough year for the Steelers, but yes, it was amazing. Steelers first, Zach, huh?
Whoa, Zach, I like it.
Dude, if the Steelers win the division because they just keep on winning divisional games and like the common game, that'd be amazing.
I would love that.
It'd be amazing. It's gonna be tough, dude. It's going to be tough.
I hope the Steelers win the division for Tree's sake, or they have their worst season ever for Tree's sake.
Either one.
Either one will be good for him.
Stay safe, Caleb. Stay safe. Stay safe. Listen, either way, I mean, Steelers, Broncos, art.
Week 2.
Art. Let's go. Yeah, and of course, Nick Chubb, too. We'll see.
Yeah. I guarantee Russell Wilson starts 2 weeks next year. He will start against
he'll start 2 weeks. Unless
After
you
that,
just cursed him. If you just cursed him just now, then we got to look into playing lotto numbers. But
oh boy, prove it, Ray. Prove it, you filthy animal.
Stern, I know. I was thinking about you. It's a defense so good. They had all the
Cleveland's a good team, and I will admit, part of me will root against them as long as Scuzz Buckets are quarterback. Like, can't really root for him.
But I agree with you, Perna. Like, the play that came out of Watson was not very inspiring. Like, I was like, oh, this is not really good. Right?
Yeah.
Wins games, but it like, okay, is that going to work in the playoffs where you're going against the Chiefs defense? And again, we're talking about winning the division right this second. You need to see more. You have to. And Nick Chubb has to be back.
I think with Watson, like, before all the stuff happened, I wanted to argue that, like, he was comparable to Patrick Mahomes and was doing more with less in Houston. Like, that's how good he was playing. Then there was like he missed so much football. And I think, like, what we don't talk about with him is I think he missed a giant chunk of how you progress as a NFL quarterback. And what Watson did so well was make plays off script, right? Like scrambling, extending plays, getting the ball to wherever it needs to be with his arm talent. But what you saw like Mahomes do last year is just take what the defense was giving him, right? Like there's just this gap of, I think, that QB evolutionary process that Watson has missed out on for the suspension, the holdout, all that shit. And then last year being injured. So like some of the little things you learn to do well as an NFL quarterback by playing, like he doesn't have that right now. And I'm not saying he can't get that over the next couple of years. Browns are going to have him do it because they're guaranteed money.
Yeah.
But like that's like I want to shit on him for the obvious reasons, but as a quarterback, I just think he missed a huge important window in his development, and I don't know when he makes up for that. So
that's fair.
Because you can only have game reps to do it.
Yeah, bro. We did it, Perna.
But all like Joe Burrow, I want to see play well. Lamar Jackson, I want to see play well, and I do want to see Russell Wilson play well. So there you go. I'm rooting
have
for
the
all
division
those guys.
just destroy each other. That's it.
No.
That's it.
I don't want to be memeing Russell Wilson. Okay? I don't love the man, but I don't wish ill will.
There you go. Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
I got a video about the NFL killing yet another thing everybody loved in the Around the NFL podcast. A perplexing move.
I did see that. That happened over the weekend, yeah?
Yeah. It was a bizarre situation for something that's like seems so easy to produce and keep going. So we'll see.
Things are changing, my friend. Things are changing.
Times they are changing.
I got a team reaction coming out today. I don't know which one yet.
Which team?
I don't know which one yet. But
ooh.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
It might be the Chargers. I had the Chargers on the list. It might be the Chargers.
Okay.
I need to do someone from the AFC and NFC West because I still have 3 teams left for each of those. Yeah, these are just gonna come out like every day now because I gotta just get them done.
It's tough for a Chargers video. You're like, there's interesting things here, but nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean we're also in July, so
nobody's gonna watch the Chargers video.
No time to get this done. Hey, the hockey video's starting to pick up, so I'm happy with that. We're rocking.
Nice.
We're rocking. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you Wednesday. Wednesday?
It was an itch. I wasn't picking my nose. Yeah, I think we'll be back Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not Friday.
We're going to do a WNBA video?
Yes. I got it.
There you go.
I just want to put, I need to add a couple little things in there for the video.
They've been done since January.
Oh, right after.
But folks, we'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Trevor Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.
Where is it?
Hell.
Aw, damn
You're
it.
all getting warm, and now you know why.
90 degrees yesterday.
The devil's driving this car.
Sunburnt, fire, and it's not going to